What's up everybody, Rebel here, and welcome to a series that I guess I've already started, but officially this is the very first episode of Rebel Ranks, where I rebel rank stuff. And that's exactly what we'll be doing here today for today's episode, the worst levels in Crash 3 Warped.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
And since there's a nice round number of 30, it will be 15 down to the bottom and 15 up to the top. And as I said in my retrospective of 3, the worst levels here are some of my least favorite in the entire trilogy. So let's get right into it at level... Wait, what's that? Oh, really? You want to go like and subscribe right now? Oh, no, yeah, that's awesome. No, yeah, go ahead. I can wait. Liking and subscribing without me even having to ask. You're awesome. Starting in the middle at number 16, we have Macon Waves, the first of the jet ski levels with Coco and the least interesting of the 4. It gets you used to the jet ski, which I've heard in the Insane trilogy is harder to control, but it ain't no motorcycle, and that's great. But being that it's the introduction to the jet ski, it takes everything easy on you. It's easy to avoid enemies, and unlike the stupid motorcycle, you can turn around to get missed crates. Besides that, there isn't much else here to say. And being that that's all I had to say, should speak volumes. In general, the jet ski levels do work great in this game. However, this one is just plain boring and basic, and because of that, it is leaving its sister levels to be here on the worst level side. Number 17, Mad Bombers, the second of the airplane levels and the best of them. Now there are 3 of these plane levels technically, but the third one is a race, so it isn't as comparable to the other 2, which are destruction based. There are other flying craft in this stage. They are bomber planes, and you have to shoot them down while avoiding other smaller planes shooting at you. You have a health bar, so thankfully this isn't one-hit deaths. There are boxes, but they're hanging from balloons. Some of the boxes are attached to health balloons, which bring your health up a certain percentage. There are 5 targets, 2 less targets than in the other plane stages. However, these fly around, actually giving you something to aim at. Unlike number 18, Bye Blimps, which is exactly like Mad Bombers, except instead of the enemy planes to shoot down, it's stationary blimps. And there are 7, so 2 less than the 5. But these are stationary, so it isn't that challenging at all. Except when you don't move, it's easier for the small enemy planes to hit you. Besides that, these aren't bad. They tried something new, and while Wrath of Cortex might have overused it, it was okay here. The same can't be said about the racing plane level. Yeah, the plane levels didn't do anything bad, but they also didn't do anything Crash. Like, I don't really have anything negative to say about them, but I don't have anything good to say about them either. They're just kind of there. However, that does now lead us into the stages that I actually don't like. All of these stages have something about them that just make me not want to play them. And coming in at number 19. And coming in at number 19. And coming in at number 19. I bet I could say that like 20 different ways and not be able to pick one. Dino My Eat. The second of the prehistoric stages, yet not my favorite. This stage starts with a forward-facing section full of enemies and lava pits. This part is fine, it's where the yellow gem path is. Then there's a side-scrolling section, then a backwards-facing chase section. And yes, it's just a rehash of the boulder chase stages, and I just get as annoyed by not seeing what's coming as I do then. And it isn't not seeing the lava pit, it's not seeing which side to jump across. It's more annoying than it is fun. Then there's the yellow gem path. Somehow it spits you out after the path starts, and there's boxes on the gem path, so you'll need to backtrack. The gem path is built just like the main path, with a forward facing, then side, then a chase segment, the chase section being excruciatingly terrible. There's also the terrible secret exit of running directly into the second pterodactyl on the yellow gem path. It's so random and you have absolutely no way of knowing. It's horrible. Yes, the backtracking, rehashed chase scenes, and the horrible, stupid secret exit all lead me to put this level this low on the list. Number 20, Orient Express, one of the 2 polar stages, one of the 2 Purah stages, and the more bearable of the 2. This stage is Coco riding the new tiger buddy Purah, and it's just a rehash of the polar stages, which were just rehashes of the hog riding stages. So due to it being part of Crash that I don't really enjoy, despite it being a cornerstone of the Crash games, I just don't like these. And yes, these are some of the best interpretations of them, the most intricate layout, enemies moving away from you as well as across the wall. Then there's these cool parts where you can go up to a little area area or down below, and either the top or bottom have boxes needing you to know which way to go or die after to go the right way. And it's the same story for number 21, Midnight Run. This purse stage takes place at night and is just a harder, more compact version. There are some jumps here that I die on from time to time, like having to jump onto this little thin thing and then just over this dude. What? Yeah, overall it's just like Orient Express, but slightly more annoying. Now the purr levels aren't bad, and if you like them, that's great. It's just I'm so sick of them at this point. Number 22, Gwhiz, the second of the 3 medieval levels and somehow the strongest of the bunch. Now all of the medieval theme levels are very weak, they're all very easy, and Gwhiz is no exception. There's frogs and sword swinging enemies, but also a wizard with a spell ball. All the enemies are extremely easy to dodge and the platforming is at a minimal. There's also an attempt at a trick in the bonus stage with the box needed to be broken before hitting the exclamation crate, but it's on the bonus round, so the only thing at risk is an Aku Aku if you have one. Number 23, Double Header, the third of the medieval levels, and even though it's the third, it's just as easy as the second. This level theme doesn't really allow for hard levels. There's a new enemy here in the double-headed giant, but since you have the double jump, it's easy. And due to it being in the third warp room, it really shouldn't be this easy. And wrapping up the triplets is number 24, Toad Village, the first level in the game. And being the first level, it's easy, but why is it this easy? Turtle Woods in 2 was much more enjoyable of a first level. This level is so basic, and playing through a time trial with Crash Dash, it really shows you how lame this level is. Yes, the medieval levels are just boring and uninspiring and lack so much creativity. And even though it's a new theme to the game, that's not even anywhere close to enough to help them from being this bad. I'm so disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in you, levels. I'm very disappointed. Now go to your room and think about what you've done. Number 25, Agapis Rex, one of the 2 very secret stages, and it's a complete disappointment. All you do is side scroll with Baby T. That's literally it. And it's only a minute 20 of side scrolling, maybe less. There's not even anything clever. Just that if you lose Baby T, you have to find him in a nesting egg in one of the specific spawns. Lose him right before the spawn and he won't appear. And like in my case, you'll have to beat the level without him. Why? Yes, Agapis Rex really does just kind of leave me standing there scratching my head. How did such a basic, short, primitive level make it into the game? And the secret exit to get here sucks too, but I guess that's a good thing, because if you don't know about the secret exit, then you're not really missing out on anything, are you? And that leads us to the worst 5 levels in Crash Bandicoot Warped, and my 5 least favorite levels in the whole trilogy, excluding the high road. Yes, my least favorite stages in these last 5 are all indeed vehicle stages, and starting at number 26 we have Area 51, one of the secret stages in the 6th warp room. This is just a motorcycle race, however unlike the rest, this one takes place while it's pitch black outside, so the light from the motorcycle is almost all you can use to see. Also, instead of the standard racers from the other 3, you're racing against UFOs. There's moving cop cars as well, however they move towards the camera, and that's a lot easier to deal with than side to side. Number 27, Hog Wild. Now since there's no gimmick stacked with the motorcycle gimmick, the basic motorcycle levels are going to stack into place here, and Hog Wild is short, only about a minute, and normally that'd be a bad thing, making this my least favorite of the motorcycle stages. However, here it's great because it's only 1 minute I have to waste on this horrible level, assuming I don't keep coming in second or missing a box, that is. Number 28, Road Crash, the moonlit motorcycle level, and I like the look of it, much like the pitch black version, but with much more visibility due to the moon. However, it's a lame motorcycle level, meaning I'll be playing it 5 times so I could beat it once while getting all the boxes and another time to come in first, and I'm really hoping I only f up 3 times. There's also a secret exit here by hitting the alien sign. It doesn't take you to an alien level though. I don't know why. And the last motorcycle level at number 29, Orange Asphalt. The name possibly joking about the fact that you're staring at Crash's orange asphalt all day while you keep failing this stage. And what I really don't like here is the cop cars moving side to side. It's so easy to miscalculate their movements and wham right into them. It's aggravating. And while I hate the motorcycle levels in general, Area 51 has a neat darkness UFO gimmick. Hog Wild is short, therefore easier and less time consuming. Road Crash has a secret exit. Orange Asphalt, super annoying cop cars. Yes, the motorcycle levels here are this bad to me. I just dread having to play them. Basically, I just hate the meta of them. It's so easy to miss a box or get knocked by an enemy racer off of hitting a box, And it's so hard to come in first while trying to get all of the boxes. My first few attempts at each of these levels were basically going as fast as I can while trying to hit all the boxes, missing a box, just trying to come in first, coming in second, and having to do it again. It's so bad. But it's not anywhere as bad as the level that comes in last place. And yes, if you were to combine all games in the Insane Trilogy, this one would easily be my least favorite level in the entire thing. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. Give it up for Rings of Power. Yes, at the very bottom of the list at number 30 is Rings of Power, the last airplane stage, but the only racing one. And I don't know why, but I couldn't beat this. I got all the boxes, but couldn't come in first. And that's even after I realized you have to spin while going through the rings to go faster. I guess this thing here makes a lot more sense now, huh? But even with spinning, I couldn't come in first. Then there's the drifty nature of the plane. It's so hard to get a boost each time without needing to slow down or missing a ring and needing to start over anyway. Getting the boxes are easy enough, but coming in first is just too annoying. I hated playing this stage my most recent playthrough. It's terrible, and the fact that it spawned a rip-off stage in Wrath of Cortex is astonishing. Yes, Rings of Power really does have all to do with platforming. It's actually so shocking that a flying through rings level in a platforming game would be the worst level in the game. So surprised. And that's gonna wrap it up for this one. If this video seemed kind of short or rushed, it's just because I don't really have much to say about these levels. They're just so boring and uninspiring that I can only get out a few sentences before I want to fall asleep or gouge my eyes out, whichever comes first. But hopefully, being that the best levels in Crash 3 are some of my favorite levels in the entire franchise, hopefully that video makes up for this one. Thanks for watching, everybody. Smash that like button, hit that notification bell, leave a comment down below what your least favorite level in Crash 3 Warped is. I got the best levels coming up. I will somehow in the future eventually get around to ranking all of the bosses in the Crash Insane Trilogy, as well as talking about Stormy Ascent and Future Tense, because those levels do, it kind of just fits with the worst and best of Crash Bandicoot levels, by one being the worst and one being the best. And that's all coming in the future. I'll catch you guys next time.